Joining us now is Matea Gold. She is a staff writer for the LA Times, and in Washington, Howard Kurtz, media columnist for the Washington Post. Good morning to you both.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Thanks for being here. I want to start with you, Howie, in Washington. You heard Jay Leno just say that Conan is a good guy and this is nothing personal, this is just business. Why this about face? Why do you think Leno took this approach last night?
Because Jay Leno may have won the war in terms of going back to 1130, but he has gotten bloodied in the PR battle. Conan has successfully painted himself as a victim here, even though his ratings were terrible, and Jay as the heavy. But Leno is right. He didn't ask to go to 10 o'clock. He didn't ask to go back to 1130. He didn't scheme in some way to dislodge Conan. Those are all decisions that NBC made, but because of the way Jay is coming out on the losing end of the perception battle, I think he probably should have spoken out well before this.
And you're so right, because that is the perception, Matea. I'm curious, once Jay Leno finally reclaims his old spot at 11:30 in The Tonight Show, can he reclaim his reputation and his viewers, or has this done irreparable damage?
Well, that is the really big question facing both NBC and Leno, and I think that's why we've seen NBC executives come out and defend him publicly throughout all this. I mean, really, is he going to be haunted by this when he goes back to The Tonight Show? And the questions about his image and the fact that being a Mr. Nice Guy is really at the center of his appeal, exactly. I think that's an open question about whether all these jokes being made at his expense are going to hurt him.
So it could be an uphill battle when he retakes the throne at 11:30. Not only have people discovered Letterman and the other shows, but now he's not necessarily the Mr. Nice Guy that everybody once thought he was.
Well, what's been remarkable about this is that how publicly what should be really a backstage drama has played out. Right. And the fact that we saw Leno break from form, break from comedy last night and actually address this, it clearly spoke to, I think, the seriousness that he thinks that he finds himself in right now and needing to defend himself.
It seems to me that the best thing, Howie, that could happen for NBC is that Conan just goes away already. Why is it taking so long to iron out a deal with him?
Because when you're talking about paying somebody $30 to $40 million to go away, you get a lot of lawyers involved, and they argue over things like what kind of money is the staff going to get? How long will Conan O'Brien, as part of this deal, have to stay off the air before going to a competing network? But I had to laugh, Maggie, when I heard that both sides were fighting about whether Conan could take with him the characters that he developed. I mean, what exactly is NBC going to do with a used masturbating bear? It just doesn't have any value to anybody except Conan O'Brien.
That is a question that I wonder if they're throwing around in their meetings. Somehow I think not. I don't know. All right, Matea, let me give you the last word. What happens in the end here? Conan goes away, probably stays away for months. Who comes out victorious?
Well, that remains to be seen. One person who could come out of all of this, the winner down the road, could be Jimmy Fallon. He's in position to inherit The Tonight Show if he's able to prove himself as a worthy successor, because Conan's no longer there. And perhaps Fox comes out the winner if they're able to, sign Conan to a deal and build a late-night franchise. But I think the implications for Conan also are very mixed. I mean, he's been buoyed by this outpouring of support from people online, but are those viewers who are really going to follow him to another broadcast network? We'll have to wait and see.
All right, maybe we'll have some sort of answer today. Matea Gold, Howard Kurtz, thank you both.